Hey guys, what's up? It's the Rookie Revolution, and today I am bringing you all my first ever Big Brother focused video. Before you all comment, no, I'm not moving away from the challenge at all. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know that one of my main series has been looking at popular challenge conspiracy theories. And I was thinking, with how many seasons of Big Brother there are, you have to expect there being maybe 1, 2, maybe 300 conspiracy theories surrounding it. Are the diary rooms scripted? Are the competitions rigged? Is the kitchen on the left or the right side of the house? Was Bronte even a mathematician?
My name's Bronte. Hello. I'm working to be a mathematician. That's my dream.
Really? What's 9 times 9?
9 times 9? 8 and 9?
I will be looking at some of the most popular theories, breaking them down and analyzing them to give them a final ranking on my believability scale of Helen's pushed. 10 Helen's pushed being the most believable and 0 Helen's pushed being completely untrue. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. The first conspiracy theory I'm going to be talking about today is about Caitlyn from Big Brother 20. It was week 4 and Caitlyn was on her way out the door. Earlier in the season, Sam received the first Big Brother App Store app, which was a twist of the season, and picked Bonus Life, which, long story short, gave you a second chance in the game if you were evicted. Sam never had to use the power, so in week 4 it was automatically used because it was expired by then.
It is time for me to come clean about a secret. I got the first power app. Since I did not use it and I let it expire, it is automatically offered at this eviction. Whoever is evicted has a chance to come back to the house.
If I was possibly getting evicted any week, I guess this would be the right week for that to happen.
The 24-year-old life coach expectedly got evicted 8-1, and right when she was about to walk out of the door, the bonus life was activated, and Julie then told Caitlyn that she would be able to re-enter the house after winning a competition. And all this competition was she had to reassemble a puzzle of herself. Now this puzzle was of maximum difficulty, being 7 pieces. Now Caitlyn had 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete the puzzle, and it was just not happening. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to watch on this show. Trust me, I understand that getting evicted is an emotional whirlwind. But she was told that she was going to get a second chance earlier in the week, so she could have prepared herself a little bit better. But just seeing her break down and have a panic attack was just not fun to watch.
Oh my god. No. Oh my god. I can't lift it. It's not gonna happen.
I'm sorry.
The actual conspiracy theory is that the whole puzzle was made 7 pieces and super easy because production wanted Caitlyn to stay. Pretty much they made a competition they didn't think anyone could lose in. It was said by people in the audience during the episode that crew members told them that no one would be leaving the house that night and there would be no eviction interview. I don't know how true this is, but apparently Allison Grodner, the executive producer of the show, was in disbelief watching Caitlyn lose. The puzzle was tested by multiple people and they all finished it in under a minute. They even added another minute and 30 seconds just to be completely safe. And this was by far the easiest battle back competition they've ever had. Here's a little clip from Rob Has a Podcast talking about this.
Producers love Caitlyn and were very upset she didn't get back in. Allison Grodner shaking her head in disbelief that she couldn't do the puzzle. The warm-up guy's jaw was on the ground. He couldn't believe it either. He had just told us it was an easy competition.
The largest piece of evidence to support this theory is that they had no eviction chair set up in the event that she would lose. They didn't even have time to do the usual eviction interview on the show, and they made it an online exclusive. All in all, I'll give this theory a 9 Helens pushed on the believability scale. I 100% believe they made this puzzle as easy as possible, but what I don't believe is that it was just done for Caitlyn as suggested. I think they would have made it the same difficulty for anyone evicted. Further proven by when they accidentally showed the Winston puzzle, it was the exact same. They even remade the competition a season later on BB21 with Caitlyn hosting it, called The Haunting of Caitlyn Herman, which was actually a pretty savage thing to do.
This is triggering.
Ironically, the next conspiracy theory we have today is if Helen was pushed on Big Brother 15. This is probably the biggest meme in Big Brother history. It's probably said every 5 minutes by the Big Brother fandom. But where did this saying come from? And is it even true? In week 9 of Big Brother 15, 2019, a jury battle back competition was underway where you have to balance on a wall and catch tennis balls to put in your tube. So basically just the wall comp with an added element. The HOH was also happening at the same time. Judd, Helen, Jesse, and Candace were the four competing in the actual battle back. Around the middle of the competition, Helen fell. Nothing suspicious there. Well, if you were watching the live feeds back when this was happening, you can see a mysterious figure walk right by her right before she fell. Hence the saying, Helen was pushed. Fans think that this production member you can faintly see pushed her right then and there. There are a few sub-theories within this theory. One of them includes that because of the unfortunate racism and just disgusting prejudices occurring during the season, production didn't want any more controversy, so they paid Helen off and tapped her foot to tell her to jump off to avoid more bad press. Another scenario is that the production member behind her was just adjusting the wall comp ledge, because that's how these competitions work. They aren't magic. Andy went on Twitter in 2019 tweeting that Helen was pushed, and it felt really good to say it after all of these years. But it was Andy saying this, and I just don't buy anything he tweets really. McRae went on Brittany Haynes' show recently and stated that Helen was paid $10,000 and production paid the rest of the house guests $5,000 to be quiet about it.
Now that I'm out of contract, I can say this. Helen was pushed. They gave her $10,000 and said can't talk about being pushed. Then they gave each of us $5,000 to never talk about Helen being pushed again. Totally not lying. Helen was pushed. Everyone go spread it around.
But McRae stated that he was just joking. So all in all, I'm giving this theory a measly 2 out of 10 Helens pushed on the believability scale. Helen literally tweeted that she wasn't pushed, and she is out of contract now. She has nothing to lose. I honestly feel that this has just become such a big meme, and fans love saying that Helen was pushed that it stuck. And it's hilarious seeing everyone still bring it up. Unfortunately, Helen just lost the competition, and everything that happened, in my opinion, was just a coincidence. Next up, we've got probably the most aggravating one, and it's about Sharon from Big Brother Season 9. Sharon had an interesting journey. She started off having probably the worst partner imaginable in the beginning, getting evicted because of him, and then returning to become partners with a guy who's also just insufferable. But despite all of that, she was able to become a solid player, and she was a real contender to win the season. However, the final 4 HOH is one of the most controversial ever. And the reason why is because it was a fact or fiction competition, and Sharon was winning with 5 points while Ryan had 4 points. The final question was, well, here, I'll play a clip of Julie saying it.
Everyone knows Jacob and Sharon, Ryan and Jen, were 2 pre-existing relationships in the Big Brother house. But there is a 3rd pre-existing relationship still in the house.
So yeah, during the season, we knew that Jacob and Sharon and Ryan and Jen were all relationships that formed outside of the house. But no one knew about a 3rd one. When Sharon stepped onto fiction, she was technically correct. But they gave Ryan the point, saying that the 2 guinea pigs in the house had a pre-existing relationship, making the competition go to a tiebreaker, leading to Ryan winning the competition and Sharon's eviction. Now, the theory is that they rigged this competition so Sharon wouldn't win. Some have said CBS thought Sharon would have made a boring winner, but the biggest thing is that when Julie was revealing who got the question right, she stopped for about 15 or so seconds, and you could hear extremely faint whispers, like someone was telling Julie to change the answer.
The correct answer. The correct answer is fact.
Julie sounded extremely unsure when she gave Ryan the point, and they even edited in the answer instead of Julie just saying it. The way it looks is that they waited till they saw who answered what to determine what answer they would say was correct. As in, if Ryan and Sharon swapped answers, the right answer would have been fiction. I think this theory has a 7 out of 10 in the believability scale, because I just can't for the life of me figure out why they would rig this against Sharon. But as you watch, it's hard to give CBS the benefit of the doubt because it just looks so fishy. Maybe an intern got fired from this. Who knows? And the last theory is that Allison Grodner casts a different one of her sons each season. I'm just joking, but maybe I'm onto something. One of the biggest mistakes I made in my challenge conspiracy theory series is that I just didn't spread them out well enough. I have so many more Big Brother theories to talk about, but I want to make this a series, so stay tuned for the future parts where I cover a lot more. Thank you all so much for watching. I promise you all I am a challenge channel, but I wanted to try something new to see how it go. I can't wait to talk about more Big Brother theories when part 2 comes around, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and please take care.